Hi, my name's Daisy Leigh-Phippard and I am the writer and director of Sealskin. Sealskin is a magical realist retelling of Celtic Selkie folklore where a young girl must decide between her mother's freedom and her own ambitions. I always love feminist films, I've always been drawn to fairy tales and folklore, I love period pieces, but you rarely get to see fantasy and fairy tale be used that much for social issues past like the really happy-go-lucky Disney versions. I'm going to be talking about the second scene in the film, which is the cottage scene. We shot this in a genuine 17th century cottage, which is when the film is set. We weren't in Ireland, we were in England, in Dorset, but the people who owned the cottage were wonderful and let us completely transform it. So this scene is between Tara, our protagonist, and Shona, her mother. You can see Tara on the right, portrayed by the wonderfully talented Rebecca Jones, and then you have Audrey Jenkinson playing Shona, who is a likewise wonderful actress, on the other side. This bit where they're opening the package, our poor production designer had kind of made it to be wrapped so beautifully with like 3 strings, lovely tied, and that happens in so many different shots, wides and close-ups, and I also had Rebecca doing it in some close-ups where it wasn't in shot just to help her get into character. Our poor production designer was running in every 30 seconds and then tying it up and we were ready for the next take and he was like, wait. So in Shona's close-up, the firelight you see on the edge of her face, that's not real. Our gaffer made some ingenious contraption to make that happen. I think it's really interesting that the white dress, and ironically Tara's reaction to it, is all you kind of need to know what's happening here.
I didn't think it mattered yet. I need thread for the sale. Just tell them no.
It's not my decision.
Who brought this up?
He brought you flowers at midsummer. His name is Jack. Do you remember?
It was all very deliberate to get across that Tara is not going to be married to some evil man or doomed for all eternity. It's just that Tara has her own identity past the traditional role of women getting married, being a homemaker, starting a family. Tara very much stays on the side of the room that has all the fishing stuff, all the maps, the ropes, and Shona is much on the other side where the cooking equipment is, the herbs. I'm very much a director that uses what ifs. Different actors respond in different ways. One of your responsibilities as the director is learning how each actor learns and how each actor likes to respond to things. One of the things I said to her was, well, what if you're gonna take your boat out tomorrow? And what if you can't do that if you're married? And she just had this immediate visceral reaction to it. When Tara says, I don't want to be like you, I always felt really awkward writing that because I'm like, that's a low blow. That feels horrible. And I was just thinking, I would never say that to my mum, ever. Even if in my head I was thinking it, you just wouldn't say it.
I won't be a housewife. I don't want to be a mother. I don't want to be like you. You do what he tells you and
I
nothing
do
else.
not do what he tells me. It's complicated.
This scene really is about Tara and Shona trying to get through to each other about what is essentially the same issues. They're both struggling against the confines of what is expected of them as a woman in this society, but they're coming from different viewpoints and they're not actually listening to each other. Tara just wants to put her foot down and stand her ground, whereas Shona is trying to explain that sometimes you have to work within a system. So right here at the end of the scene you get this moment where Shona goes back over to the table. I didn't tell her to do that. I suspected that she was going to, but it's more about leaving a moment for the actors to really have to face the fallout of what they've just done.